Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, catcalling isn't just a bad idea, it's a crime.
Also, stop the presses. Barbie's got a new job.
All that and more on the way next. I'm a proud Canadian today because I just found out in Canada you can now get hockey Barbies. And they aren't just generic hockey Barbies. These are PWHL Barbies. That's the Professional Women's Hockey League.
Yep.
Barbie has teamed up with the PWHL and Tim Hortons. Is there anything more Canadian?
I was going to say, this is just all the Canadian stuff coming together.
And they put out, I don't know if it counts as a line, because there's what, two
dolls.
Two dolls that you could get, either PWHL star Sarah Nurse or PWHL star Marie-Philippe Poulin. And you could yourself have your very own women's hockey Barbie.
I love it. I mean, we have known this for a long, long time. Barbie has every career ever. So it only makes sense that you would add hockey player to the list.
It's actually about time.
Yeah, and actually, her jersey is so cute, I want it. For me.
Yeah, you should get it.
I want to wear the jersey. I haven't seen if they are selling the jerseys outside of, anywhere else. Like, I think it's just for the doll, but it's like a pink.
Because these are not team jerseys. This is just a generic.
It's just a generic Barbie, PWHL, and Tim Hortons jersey, but it's pink and it's so cute that I want one.
It doesn't instantly come up when I search for it. So this is like a custom thing that only Barbies can wear, I guess. Only Barbies and the two women that are in these photos that are the superstars from the PWHL.
Mattel, Tim Hortons, and PWHL, if you're listening, it would be a merchandising win on your part if you made these available in like adult, kid sizes, whatever, just so people could actually purchase the jersey itself.
I agree with you. If they started selling these jerseys at Tim Hortons in Canada, people would totally buy them.
100% they would.
And you could even expand that out and start selling them in like Canadian Tires and Byways and other Canadian stores. And people would definitely go after these things. They would definitely be
into it. I remember when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was get like the American Girl doll, like clothes where you could match what your American Girl doll was wearing so that you and your doll matched. Mm-hmm. How cool would it be for you to match with your hockey Barbie?
I know, that would be awesome.
Yes.
And then you could go out on the ice rink and play hockey with her.
With your jersey. It'd be so perfect.
They should definitely do that.
You got to move forward with that.
Now, I can't help but also wonder why Barbie, their silence is saying a lot.
What?
How do they have a hockey doll and not a WNBA doll?
That was like the first comment I saw on this.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the WNBA doll?
It's really telling.
I'm sure they're working on it.
Well, I did look it up because I was like, there's no way they have a professional hockey Barbie and not a WNBA Barbie. They have had WNBA Barbies over 20 years ago.
I was going to say, was it a long time ago?
It was 1998.
Whoa.
Like, that was basically when the WNBA got started.
Yeah, that's almost 30 years ago.
And now, they haven't come back around to that, so.
Well, I think they should. Maybe make a Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese doll.
That would be amazing.
That would be the way to go.
You could have them fight in your own home. It'd be amazing. Bring the action to your own backyard. Election season is in full swing. I know this is an off year, but not in a Massachusetts town, the town of Somerville, where residents are now choosing who will be the next cat mayor of the bike path. 8772 Radio U. Many different cats and their owners are campaigning to earn the title of Bike Path Cat Mayor after this started back in 2023 when a cat named Barry became the face of a campaign centered around making cats outside again. I guess that people would see Barry the cat out and about on the bike path and think it was a stray.
Right.
And so Barry was letting people know, Barry and their owners, no, Barry's actually taken care of, an outside cat. But then that kind of turned into other cats wanted to have some time in the spotlight as well and wanted to share their agendas. And now it's turned into a whole election, a whole campaign event.
A whole campaign. Apparently, there's 2 main cats that are in this election, which happens every year, apparently. So I guess they don't get a very long term to serve as mayor.
Yeah.
But it started with Barry, as you mentioned, and now another cat has come in that a lot of people like too, just named Orange Cat.
Oh.
And it's apparently it has its own party, represents the Catalyst Party.
Oh, the catalyst for change?
Apparently something is going on there. So, yeah, there's a lot of back and forth between Barry and Orange Cat on who's going to win mayor of the Somerville bike path.
It looks like other animals are also getting involved. Are they like campaigning or like endorsing the other cats?
I was going to say, I don't approve of other animals being involved because I'm sorry. Let the cats have their thing.
Those
people.
are like the third party candidates.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the Green Party.
There's a parrot representing the Libertarian Party, which honestly, that could also happen in the real election.
Yeah, it could.
It wouldn't surprise me. It is, speaking of that though, doesn't it feel like it's only a matter of time before this actually, even though this is supposed to be like fun and has nothing to do with anything, before it becomes political somehow?
I mean, yeah, I feel like easily it could start to turn into that with like people getting a little extra political on their signs or something.
Like
for their
trying
cats.
to be funny, but then it like does make fun of one of the parties or something,
Right.
and then they're like, you can't do that, and then or a politician, a well-meaning but definitely like attention-starved politician that's actually a politician, endorses one of the cats.
That's a terrible move.
I know. That's just stay out of it. Just leave it alone.
Let
Just
the
let
cats
this be the
have their
cats.
fun, and that's why I don't want the other animals involved either. Let the cats have something and leave the other animals out of it. Leave the politics out of it. Because right now it's just a little harmless fun. We've seen this before though with the animals like being mayors, like actual mayors. I can't remember what state it was. One of the states that has like not a lot of people in it, like Wyoming or something, that had an actual
What do they
dog.
have? Elk mayor?
They had like a dog mayor that was like a golden retriever. So this has
Classic.
for real happened before, but this is obviously just for a bike path.
How do you think a cat would do if it actually was a mayor of a town?
Terrible. They'd sleep the entire time.
But maybe, yeah, you know, they gotta get stuff done when you're a mayor.
They got to get stuff done, and cats, they lounge and they sleep for like 16 to 20 hours per day.
Yeah, they're not what we need in office.
No, I think they're super chill pets. So they don't need the stress
I'm feeling
of
like
mayorship.
a cat would be. I'm making it political, but a cat would be in the Libertarian Party actually, because it's just like they would just be like,
they'd leave everything up to you.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have my hands in it.
Yes.
Is what the cat would do.
I'm not gonna have my paws in it.
It would just lay there, and let people just be anarchy.
Yeah, anarchy.
I can't help but think how things would be different if this was around when you were a child, Allie. 8772 Radio U. It's kid coffee. It's coffee for kids.
What?
If we got you started early, then maybe today you would be a coffee aficionado like I am.
Wait, I actually have seen this before because it was on one of my favorite shows.
It was on Shark Tank.
It was on Shark Tank.
Yeah. You watch Shark Tank, like the new episodes?
No, not really that much anymore. But I still will see every once in a while clips on social media.
Yeah.
But they do post the episodes of like the new seasons on Hulu. And so sometimes I'll throw an episode on, and I did happen to see this company come in.
I like Shark Tank too. I kind of like, in a way I like it, but in a way I also just hate watch it. Because like the pitches usually annoy me so much, even if the product is cool.
Yeah.
The people that are selling it and all their rhymes and jokes and whatever.
Right, they go a little over the top with it.
Yeah, and then Kevin, Mr. Wonderful, is always just like, how about a royalty or whatever? And it's just like, yeah, I've seen this a bajillion times. But it is cool seeing the new products. And Kid Coffee was one of them. This is coffee that's meant for kids. So the first thing you're thinking is how much caffeine is in it, right?
Right.
They say less than in a cup of hot cocoa, or they compare it to a Hershey's Kiss.
Oh, wow. So really not a lot of caffeine at all.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good.
It's not like there's none, but you'd be surprised all the things that we have, and like anything with chocolate, which is why dogs aren't supposed to have it, right? Because there's caffeine in so many things that
Yes.
that a small amount. And so this is the same, but they say it also, not only does it taste great, of course, but they say that it is packed with prebiotic fiber and a mineral blend that includes calcium, magnesium, iron, zinc, and vitamins E, C, D3, A, B12, and B6.
Yeah, just what kids want, vitamins.
Yeah, well, do you know what that is? That's so kids love the taste. Parents love the health benefits for their kids.
The nutrients.
Yeah, they're giving their kids something healthy.
Yeah, I think that's the only way you could really market this to parents is it's like, yeah, it's coffee for your kids, but it's actually secretly healthy for them.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any other reason why a parent would want to start giving their kid coffee. Because again, I think a lot of people associate it with caffeine, staying up, getting a little maybe like getting the shakes or something, like going a little crazy. So most parents want to stay away from giving their kids caffeine for as long as possible.
They have 3 different flavors. There's original, there's caramel latte, and choco latte.
Okay.
So whatever your tastes are as a child, you can be served by kid coffee. I think this is a great idea because just from my specific memories of growing up, my parents didn't want me to have coffee until I was at least 13 or 14 years old because of the caffeine.
Yeah.
And yet I drank Mountain Dew. Explain that to me. But I wanted coffee. My parents are drinking coffee all the time.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool to drink coffee. And then I'd see teenagers drinking coffee. And I was a kid, and I was like, I want to be grown up. And so I really would have I don't know, since it's called kid coffee, it might have felt a little insulting.
Would you feel grown up drinking kid coffee? Or would you feel like this is a slap in the face?
Here, baby Hudson, we have Tim Hortons. You can have kid coffee.
Yay!
That would feel a little insulting. I feel like this is not... You know what? Now that we talk about it, it's not marketed to the child.
It's marketed to parents.
That's 11 years old. That's in between. That doesn't want to be a kid.
Yeah.
And wants to be grown up and wants coffee. They're not hitting that, which is the target I would go for if I was making one of these.
What would you call it for that age group? The age group that's skeptical of everything, questioning all of life.
Yeah, and they just want to be cool.
They
you
just
just
want to
fit in with the older kids.
Yep.
And the older kids don't want you around.
No, because you're annoying.
And the kids your same age don't want you around. I don't know.
Whoa.
I'd probably call it prime.
Prime! That seems to be working.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be working. It's so crazy, too. Their kid coffee, we don't have any caffeine in it. And yet there's all these, again, Mountain Dew, Prime, all these other drinks that are just packed with caffeine.
And we just accept that.
Yeah, and the kids are, 9-year-olds are just sucking them down. Yeah.
All right. For this right up my alley, Hudson, we are doing pickleball.
I can't believe we haven't done this before.
I know. Pickleball, one of my favorite things. It's really become a part of my personality, if you will. I got to play pickleball for the first time with Nene over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
We're both big into pickleball. That was a lot of fun. We won our game that we played together.
Nice.
So I thought it would be fun to ask you about some pickleball terminology and quiz you on that.
Oh, okay. I got this.
Yeah. So if you've never experienced Right Up My Alley before, you can play along, text in your answers to 8772-RadioU. I ask Hudson 3 questions, and they get progressively harder each time. Although I feel like all of these might just be equally hard because, pickleball is something you're not very familiar with.
Sure.
So the first question is, what does it mean to get pickled in a game?
Pickled is when you're standing in the middle and then the other person on the other side can hit the ball on either side of you. So what are you supposed to do? You're in a pickle. You don't know which way to go. Yeah.
I will say playing singles does feel like that often because you don't know which way to go. But mostly I play doubles, so I don't have to worry about that. But getting pickled actually means to lose 11-0.
Ooh.
Like you didn't score at all.
So I was wrong.
You were wrong. I'm sorry.
That would be a pickle too.
Yeah,
losing to 11-0.
Not very fun. So anytime if you're down, let's say you're down 8-0 and you score, you're like, yay, we avoided getting pickled. It's like a little celebration that you'll do. All right.
I love sports when I'm down 8-1 and I celebrate.
Exactly. It really is a thing you want to avoid though. The walk of shame after getting
embarrassing.
pickled. Okay. Next question. What area of the court is called the kitchen?
To me, that would be like where you cook your opponent. Like, oh man, that guy's cooking. He's in the kitchen. So that could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
It can be anywhere you hit a really good shot.
Okay. Well, it's actually the area right in front of the net. So kind of similar to a tennis court, you've got the two divisions of the areas of the court. So the kitchen, actually, there's a line that shows you where the kitchen starts. And it's an area where you can only go into the kitchen if the ball is about to or has landed in the kitchen. And then you need to immediately get out after you hit the ball. So you can't get stuck in the kitchen or else the point's over. You lost the points like a foot fault.
Why is it called that?
I don't know where the name came from, but I like the idea of like, oh, you got cooked in there or you are cooking in there.
Yeah.
But again, you can't stay in there. It needs to be quick.
If people start using that version of it, it's thanks to me.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know where I'll have to look up where the kitchen name came from. But yeah, that's just the area right in front of the net.
Okay, so I'm 0 for 2.
0 for 2. This last one, it is pretty hard, but I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay. So this is a prompt question as far as like, I'm going to give you a scenario and then you have to answer what the question is. So my team has 5 points. Your team has 3 points. I'm serving the ball and I'm the first server on my team. How, because in pickleball, you announce the score before you serve.
Yeah.
How would I announce this before my serve?
So we're losing 5-3 or winning 5-3?
We have 5 points. My team has 5 points. Your team has 3 points, and I am the first server. How would you announce this?
You would say lemonade.
Nope. So you announce the score. I gave you a hint. You announce the score before you serve.
I just think like lemonade is just a term that everybody would know. Like, oh, that means it's 5-3. It's a close game. Lemonade.
Yes.
Like we've taken lemons and we've made it into lemonade.
No.
And now we're winning 5-3.
No, you announce the score. So you would say 5-3-1 or 5-3 on 1, something like that. Because you say your score. So like, you're the team that's serving. The other team's score, and then you say the service that you're on. So 1 or 2 at the end. That is the most confusing part of the game. Ask anyone that's new to pickleball, and they'll tell you, like, yeah, I have no idea what number order I'm supposed to do. But once you get it, you get it.
That's why I developed some shorthand like lemonade to make it easier
that helps you out.
Yes. Yeah. I thought you were asking about a specific scenario, but you were just saying, how do you announce
when
that you
score?
Serve?
Yeah. Well,
so do you lose points if you just don't announce the score?
No, but it's just it's kind of, I guess, pickleball etiquette at this point to do that. So
I got it.
Yeah.
All right, so 0 for 3.
0 for 3 on the pickleball.
And some people in the text are absolutely screaming right now because they know all these answers. Like Brian here.
5-3-1.
Yeah, I think he's got them all right.
Yes.
But I would say in some ways I did get them all right. It's just not the technical use of them. I don't know if people can tell this about me, Allie, and maybe you're the same way, but I'm very competitive.
Okay.
I'm very competitive in a way that I feel like on the field can be very helpful.
Okay.
Which I'm rarely on the field anymore at this point because, well, nobody wants me. But you would want me on your team because at least I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Because I'm competitive.
You're going to put the effort in.
But when that bleeds out into so many other areas of life, it can make things difficult.
Yeah.
Because I'm competitive. I want to win at everything. And a lot of times what that leads to is like I'm sitting around and there's little logic to it, but I'll be scrolling on social media or whatever, and I'll see some people doing well. And sometimes I see people doing well and I'm like, oh, good, I'm glad they're doing well. I'm glad they accomplished that thing. I'm glad they did whatever. Sometimes I'll see people doing well. Again, no rhyme or reason to it. And I'll be like, dang it. Like I gotta catch them. You know what I mean?
I gotta best them.
Yeah, I gotta take them down. And then possibly the most toxic of all is that I'll be scrolling and I'll just be seeing people and I'll just be like, better than them, better than them, better than them. And, like pump yourself up a little bit because it's like I'm winning again versus that person.
The comparison game.
Yeah. And all of that can be very harmful.
Yeah.
I understand that about myself, which is why I try to keep it in check. But it is a helpful reminder to me, especially because like when you are this competitive, you see other people doing well in life and it can motivate you, but it can also kind of get you into a spiral of like, well, I'm never going to catch them. And then once you get to the point of like, I can't compare to that, then that is all of a sudden that kind of gives you a permission to be like, if I'm never going to be that good, why even try?
Right.
And that can be very harmful. But here's what gets me through this.
Okay.
Is that I thank God that he loves all of us equally. He is not comparing us, ranking us based off of our accomplishments or our sins or anything like that, that Jesus loves each of us equally. Some people, I think, sometimes think that's not fair, that like you can go through your life, be a complete sad sack loser, do a bunch of wrong things, and God still loves you. But at the end of the day, even the people that are really successful and doing really well and seem to have it all right, like they have their own thing too that makes them in need of forgiveness and in need of love. And that is why it's so amazing that no matter where you might rank yourself on the, the life accomplishment and the sin rankings and whatever, that God isn't ranking you, and he loves you just as much as the person who's done way more than you and the person who's done way less.
And that's how I feel like God's nature is so opposite of the world.
Right.
Because the world tells us, everything needs to be ranked. There's things that are worse than other things to do, and some people are better than others and all of that type of stuff. And God, as you pointed out, sees it all the same. He sees all sin the same, and he loves us all the same. And he demonstrates that by sending his son, Jesus Christ, to die for us on a cross, to die for literally every sin. And so I think that's so true to show you how God is completely different from this world. And honestly, thank goodness he is, because this world is cutthroat. There's a reason why we have a competitive streak and competitive nature. This world makes us that way.
If we went by the world standards, so few of us, if any, would make the cut.
Yep.
And that's actually and the same thing, if we went by God's standards of like perfection, so few of us would make the cut. We really wouldn't be able to. But God forgives each and every one of us, and he loves each of us. And that includes you, no matter where you would rank yourself or where the world would rank you. So find out what that's like. Start talking to God. Let him show you how he loves you, even despite your flaws and along with all of your accomplishments and great things you've done too. Jesus loves all of it. He wants to be a part of your life. If you're ready to experience that, start talking to him. Let him talk to you. Find out more at RadioU.com/free gift. New fear unlocked. 8772 Radio U. When we start that way, it's going to be bad. This time, this is a man.
Oh, no. I can't do this, Hudson.
This is a man in India who had a parasitic worm infestation in his eye.
Oh my gosh. I can't look at this. They literally have pictures in the article. No. Closing it right now. Closing it.
Well, aren't you curious about how this happened? How you can avoid it?
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
This is a man in India. He was afflicted by a parasitic roundworm that's typically found in cats and dogs. He decided to go to the ophthalmologist after he had suffered redness and blurry vision in his left eye for 8 months. Relatable.
8 months?
Relatable.
He let it go for 8 months and was like, hopefully he gets
7
better.
7 months in of blurred vision, you're like, it's probably nothing. It's going to go away. That's just what I live with. So he finally visited the ophthalmologist after 8 months. Once they examined him, they found extensive inflammation, and then upon closer examination, revealed a squiggly worm moving sluggishly in the back of his eye. Now, what's worse is what they had to do to get it out. This is why eye stuff scares me, because there's no easy way to access your eyes.
Nope.
There's no easy way. I've had eye surgery, and they talked about I don't know exactly what they did, but I feel like they basically took my eye out of my head and then put it back in. So there's just no easy way they can't just cut like they do with a lot of the rest of your body. So what they had to do to get this worm out was what they call a pars plana vitrectomy.
Oh, I hate all of this.
A
I'm keeping my eyes closed.
In which the eye, if your eyes are closed, they can't get to them. A procedure in which the eye's internal jelly-like vitreous humor Siphoned out. Once they had vacuumed out the worm along with all his eye jelly, they were able to find that it was a parasimic nematode.
Nematode?
It was
you had a
nematode.
toad in your eye. You had a toad in your eye,
A nematode, like SpongeBob.
Okay, well, anyways, you had a toad in your eye. That's what I heard. All I heard was toad.
These worms are pooped out as eggs by carnivorous mammal hosts like cats. If they end up in fresh water, they hatch and the larvae infect small crustaceans called copepods. If these copepods are eaten by suitable secondary hosts like certain fish or frogs, the larvae will continue to develop. And if these hosts are eaten by a third definitive host like cats, the worms will fully mature, mate, and lay eggs ready to be pooped out all over again. The circle of life.
Oh, that's so gross.
Sometimes it says, in this case, humans become dead end hosts. So he must have eaten infected and undercooked meat, and that's how he got infected.
Which is why you shouldn't be eating undercooked meat.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
In Africa, there is no such thing other than well done.
Yeah.
Literally. And it's because of stuff like this.
It sounds like this guy needs to learn a similar lesson.
Yep.
And now he's lost all his eye jelly. I don't know how long it takes to grow that back.
Yeah, I was like, how long does it take to recover?
I feel like the eyes are mostly jelly. Don't you? Like inside?
I don't want to think about
feel like
that, Hudson.
your eyes are like a ball that's filled with jelly.
Oh, no.
You're having a much harder time with this than me, and I've had eye surgery.
Anything with the eyes really freaks me out.
That's really how you get to me. I think I'm squeamish overall, and you add eyes to it, I think it's even worse.
Yes. It's just making me think of The Substance, which also made me want to throw up.
I can't believe they're doing this in the UK. I think it's a good thing. But let's just get into it. In the UK, they have police officers that will go undercover as joggers to catch cat callers. 8772 Radio U. They literally will get like attractive women to be the joggers that go out in the streets of.
These are police officers, female police officers, by the way.
But they just seem like they're just joggers. And then while they are jogging, somebody starts catcalling them, starts harassing them, then it says that that they will be swarmed by officers.
Oh my.
It says nearby officers will swarm up and pull them over.
I had no idea England was having so little crime.
That's what I was thinking. This is what I mean. Like, I guess this is like people shouldn't be harassed.
Nope.
But that they've solved everything out. Like, this seems so much lower on the list. Like, are there no more robberies and murders for you to deal with?
To have the ability to swarm means there's a lot of people involved.
They have like a whole department. A whole
team.
The
catcalling department.
Yeah, we're the Surrey, England. I'm in the catcalling department. And listen, I'm not.
It's an honorable thing.
It's
an honorable thing to make sure that this stops. Apparently, it's a big issue over there. Okay,
and nobody should have to put up with being catcalled.
I 100% agree.
It's annoying, and I don't understand. I never understand from a man's perspective what are you getting out of the cat call? What's the point?
What's the reason behind it? I've never understood it. Obviously,
I'm sure I'm not the first person to say this, but like, what do you think is gonna has a cat call ever like ended with like a date or like a kiss or anything like that?
I would hope not.
I don't think so.
I would hope no women would give into that.
The guys have been trying this based off of like movies I've seen since like the olden days. Like
I think it has been a practice that's been around for a long time. That's why it's so unfortunately prevalent still. So it is an honorable thing to stop these people from doing this. And just so you know, they say they're not arresting these men. This is not like they're committing a crime most of the time.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, they said in the news report about this like effort that most of the time all they're doing is just saying like, hey, don't do that. You
Yeah.
know, this is borderline harassment. But if
Yeah.
it does get to the point of escalating, because what they're worried about is escalation.
Yeah.
It starts with the catcalling. What are you going to do after that? Which I guess is it's again, it's an honorable thing. But what I worry about with something like this is it's like, okay, where's the slippery slope with something like this? So there's always a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And
in the United States, we have a thing called freedom of speech. It's one of the beautiful things here.
and this is just a reminder that the UK very different
Yeah.
than America. So, and maybe for better, for worse, I don't know. But I would say for potentially worse in this situation, because it does sound like this is a really bad problem over there.
If you can't handle us at our catcalling, you don't deserve us at our peaceful protest.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
Like they fall into the same thing.
Right. But either way, I feel like a lot of people were freaking out thinking these men are getting arrested or something like that, which most of the time that didn't seem to be the case.
If they're not being arrested, it does make me question why they need a team of police officers to swarm them.
Right.
Like, couldn't just one or two people
Yeah, that
handle
part still confuses me because I'm like, the fact that they're able to push this amount of resources, this amount of officers into this, this effort,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, maybe your priorities are a little mixed up.
It says so far they've had 18. It says 18 arrests. So
Yeah.
they have arrested some people. Here's my last thing, and this is messed up, but I was thinking, like, if you're one of the women that like is going undercover as a jogger, an attractive jogger,
Yeah.
and you go on your jog,
And you don't get catcalled.
yeah, do you feel insulted, or are you like,
It's working.
yep, we've got them off the
Job
streets?
done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would choose that one
You have
over.
to. For your mental health, I think. For your self-esteem, you have to.
Yeah.
Timothee Chalamet is coming to your screens once again this Christmas. 8772 Radio U for a new movie called Marty Supreme. You think about it, every Christmas, we get Timothee Chalamet. Last year was Bob Dylan, A Complete Unknown. Before that, Wonka.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Why'd you say it like that?
what do you mean, Wonka? He was Willy Wonka.
He was.
At Christmas time. And now he's Marty Supreme, a ping pong player from the 1950s. This movie has a wild cast. It's Timothee Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, Odessa Azion, and Kevin O'Leary, a.k.a. Mr. Wonderful from the aforementioned Shark Tank, is actually in the movie.
I was watching the trailer and I literally said to you, I was like, that looks like Kevin O'Leary. And you were like, that is Kevin O'Leary. I was like, what?
It is. It totally is. It's also, Fran Drescher is in this movie.
What?
I didn't know she was still making things. And it's all from the mind of one of the Safdie brothers, not the one that's in Happy Gilmore 2, but the other one, Josh Safdie, is behind this movie. You might remember the Safdie brothers they're probably best known. And this, to me, screams, it reminds me so much of the previous movie they did together, Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Which is a polarizing movie, but a lot of people, like more people loved it, and some people just absolutely hated it. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too.
And so this is giving that.
Yep.
And I never thought I could be so interested in a ping pong movie.
I didn't either. Obviously, in the trailer, like the first minute, you're barely seeing any ping pong.
Yeah,
so
that's
don't
true.
think that it's going to be a movie just about ping
Yeah.
pong. Like it's a character piece on Timothee Chalamet playing Marty Supreme. But I think the cast overall looks very interesting, as you pointed out. And I think the story clearly of this guy's life looks wild.
Yeah. Did you see this? Is this a true story? Is this based on a true story? Or are they just making up stuff about 50s ping pong?
I have no idea if it's based on a true story. I hope it is, because this is crazy.
Otherwise, how did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, no, Hollywood can't write a script like this now. Come on.
But the other thing that's interesting about it is, you don't often see Timothee Chalamet, one of would be considered a Hollywood heartthrob right now. But he's like, how can I make myself look less attractive for this movie? He's still Timothee Chalamet, so he doesn't look bad.
But he's like, let me put glasses on.
He's got glasses, and he looks super squirrely. Doesn't he?
Not too squirrely.
He does fit in with the 1950s.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a guy, but he looks like in Back to the Future,
He looks like George.
Yeah, he does. He looks like more like George than Marty. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I think George was secretly attractive the whole time. He just needed to find confidence.
That's right.
And clearly Marty Supreme has that.
He has confidence.
In
he
spades.
Just hasn't shaved off the mustache. But I don't know. I was surprised. I didn't know this was coming.
I didn't either.
It seems like, while it seems like it could be something that's entertaining enough for everybody to get involved in, like if you like Timothee Chalamet or whatever, but it also feels like it could be kind of Oscar-y as well.
You're right about that, and you do have the nose for that. You can smell those movies from a mile away with the Oscar bait. But I think this will also be a movie that I will hit on streaming at one point.
Yeah.
This will not be a theater watch for me.
Yeah, that's true. It might not be like the kind of movie you need to see on the big screen, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
I look forward to seeing it one day too, but I'll wait for it to be available on a streaming service I have.
This is where Ali and I get to choose our first and worst picks from a given topic, and you decide which of us chose better and which picks we missed completely. 8772 Radio U. Today's topic, vegetables, the first and worst vegetables, and Ali, you have the honor of choosing first.
All right. For my first, I am going with my favorite vegetable, broccoli.
Oh, that is controversial.
I love broccoli.
I honestly thought about how you were talking, you were going to pick that for worst.
Oh, what? No. Broccoli is so good. Why would I ever
Go
choose?
on.
Okay, broccoli's so good. I love to eat it with veggie dip, or even raw, or like cooked broccoli, like in a stew, or steamed broccoli. I love it all the different type of ways.
Okay.
So I love broccoli, or even like broccoli casserole. Like very good, very very good. For worst, I'm going with Brussels sprouts.
Ooh.
I have never found this vegetable to be enjoyable. I mentioned one time before I have had it where I'm like, okay, tolerable, but not something I'm going to go out of my way to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just a no on the Brussels sprouts. I've tried it, guys. I've tried it. I promise you I've tried it. I just do not like it.
Okay. I save us some time. I also picked Brussels sprouts for worst.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to. I mean, they're the worst.
They're pretty bad. But you agree with me that those that like it defend it to the death.
Yeah, I feel like they take it very personally if you don't like Brussels sprouts, but there's no excuse for them. They smell bad. They're bad before you get anywhere close to them.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to which I chose for first. And I want to thank Sarah for her inspiration for letting me know that I should pick this first, because she's right. She texted in yesterday at 8772 Radio U. She said the best vegetable, I'll just put it in her words, in the world is obviously the potato.
Oh!
And so potato I will choose for first, and we agree on Brussels sprouts for worst. 8772 Radio U. Who wins, and which picks did we miss?
Okay.
I feel like I think my job was easy today. I don't even have to make any cases.
I'm not even addressing it because I do feel like slightly cheating, but fine.
Why is it cheating?
I mean, I go for it.
I want to know what's cheating about picking a potato as the best vegetable.
I mean, I'm not mad.
I feel like you're bringing up accusations. You're kind of like, it's almost like your dog would like at least make your case that I'm cheating.
No, it's just out of the options, potato's not the one that I think of when I go to vegetables.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because this is exactly why I'm picking potato for best vegetable. It's time that the world starts remembering that a potato is a vegetable, and therefore stop looking down on people that eat potatoes and maybe not a lot of other vegetables as people who don't eat vegetables.
Well, I love potatoes. I will tell you, I'm a potato girly. I eat them all the time. I think they should be a part of every single meal, but I would consider them their own food group.
That's how good they are. They are a vegetable, but they're that good.
But I wouldn't put them on the same thing as broccoli as far as like good for you.
They're on a different level. I rest my case. 8772 Radio U. First to worst, who had better picks for the best and worst vegetable, and what picks did we miss? We want to hear from you. We are doing first to worst. Today's first to worst topic is vegetables. Allie had the first pick. You picked.
I picked broccoli for first, and I picked Brussels sprouts for worst.
And I agree on the Brussels sprouts. They are the worst. And for first, I took potatoes. And we heard from William at 8772 Radio U. He says his favorite vegetable is green bell peppers.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
He says that I did consider those.
Uh-huh.
He says they go well with anything, even pizza, but as a standalone vegetable to eat by itself, I would choose green beans.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is an interesting, thought process of our,
is it better in a dish or is it better on its own?
Do you want the most varied vegetable that can do a lot of good things, or do you just want a vegetable that tastes the best on its own without the help of anything else?
Yeah, that's kind of why I went with broccoli, because I feel like it is very versatile in that way. You can have it both cold or hot or in a dish, whatever.
He also said Brussels sprouts is the worst. He says it's like a mini version of cabbage, which is also terrible. So some agreement on the Brussels sprouts.
Okay. Well, we heard from Landon, and he is agreeing with your best pick. He said potato is the best, but he'd actually go with cauliflower for the worst. He's never had any kind of cauliflower dish that I liked. I really like some of the cauliflower that's used as substitutes for things, like cauliflower wings. Surprisingly good.
That actually, I hate to say it, but I have had cauliflower wings where it was like, this isn't the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten.
I wasn't repulsed by it.
However, I also wanted to deduct points for cauliflower because many times when it is masquerading as something else, I'm specifically thinking of when you're keto and you need it for a pizza crust.
Oh, and you're shocked by it?
Not even shocked. You know it's coming. It's still worse than you think.
It's still bad. I don't think I've ever tried cauliflower crust, but I have tried the cauliflower wings, and I did actually like those.
Yeah, it's fair. They're actually not as bad as I thought.
As you think, yeah. He also says that Brussels sprouts are at least good if you sauteed them in butter and garlic. I'm sorry, that's not true, Landon. No, I'm kidding. I've never tried them that way, but I have had them cooked several different ways. And again, there was only one way. I think it was in an air fryer where I was like, okay, it's not the worst thing ever.
And you're saying this thing that we can't think of any good way to even try it. And he's like, all you need is butter and garlic. You need 2 ingredients.
Yeah, that's
and all of a sudden it's good.
Sauteed, that's you're putting a lot of love and effort into the butter and garlic. And also garlic can be tough to work with too.
Susanna says, sadly, have to vote for Hudson only because I don't always love raw broccoli. Yeah.
What? Susanna?
Yes.
You said you thought if somebody picked potato, that was dumb.
She did say that earlier. She said you can't pick. She was going to be upset if I picked potatoes or corn.
Right.
But corn is not a vegetable. So of course
those weren't even on my mind. I was 100% going with broccoli. I just was kind of wafting on the worst. But wow.
I just want to address this too, just to be clear. I picked potatoes because they are a vegetable. And that's not just me saying that. It's the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of Agriculture. Both.
Okay, stop it. Stop. You don't need to defend yourself over here, mister. We get it.
What I'm saying is I just want everybody to start thinking of potatoes as vegetables because that's what they are.
Okay.
And so that is what I'm doing this for, to help potatoes.
Potatoes don't need any help. People already love them. We don't need to help the potato out. It's not like Brussels sprouts over here that's getting the short end of the stick all the time.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right.
You know?
The
raw end of the deal, short end of the stick. What is the saying?
Those are both the same. Both sayings, yes.
And that the short end of the stick is an okay saying to say. I'm not saying something wrong by saying that.
That's correct.
Okay, good.
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that.
Okay. We also heard from somebody, we don't know their name, but they said their first is a tie between asparagus and Brussels sprouts. So we got a Brussels sprouts defender over here. Their worst is turnips. And they said you both are wrong on the Brussels sprouts.
I understand why they didn't attach their name to that, because you don't want your name being associated with a bad take like that. The Brussels sprouts
they're
are the
I'm
best.
not admitting my name. I'm not giving it. I would like to remain anonymous, please.
Yeah, I don't want my friends to know that I like Brussels sprouts, but you are wrong about it.
Also, Susanna says, I know, Allie. I'm disappointed in myself, too. Oh.
She also said that we need to have a Brussels sprouts challenge in the next fundraiser.
I think we might have to do that.
I'm really worried about that. Maybe
You've tried Brussels sprouts, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had them in my home many times, and I regret it every time.
Oh.
How miserable is your sports fandom making you? 8772 Radio U. This is a question that thankfully ESPN has answered. Allie shared this with me. ESPN has what they call the Sports Misery Index, where you can tell it your favorite sports teams, your favorite pro sports teams, and then it calculates how upset, basically, and miserable you should be because of cheering for these teams based off of how much success they've had.
Yes. In the past 15 years. That's how far this goes back, by the way.
The idea of this is funny to me just on its face of like, you think about sports, like the odds are you're more likely to lose and eventually end the season sad.
Right. Only one team can win.
Yeah. And yet it's so like we're both and so many others so wrapped up in it. Mm-hmm. You follow it so closely and you invest so much in it only to most of the time have it end with you being sad.
Yeah. I just keep thinking of, you've seen that movie Fever Pitch, right? With, Jimmy Fallon,
yeah.
Where when he's a little boy, becomes a Red Sox fan, and his uncle's like, "Be careful, son; they'll break your heart."
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. But we become invested, and every single year, even if we had a terrible season the year before, we're like invigorated with new hope.
We're gonna go get them. So ESPN has the Sports Misery Index, where you can put in your custom teams, the teams that you specifically cheer for. And then it will give you a index that is yours alone, a score. 100 would be like the most miserable. 0 would be the least miserable.
Yep.
Allie, what is your score?
Mine was 69.
Nice.
Which is in what they call the flailing category.
Okay.
I predicted that mine would be meh, which is like the category above flailing, but I did not get that.
So you're not all the way at the bottom.
I'm not all the way at the bottom.
It's probably boosted by the fact you have the Cavaliers in there, right? And they just won a few years ago.
The Cavaliers won in 2016. I think what's helping boost my score, though, is I am also a Columbus Crew fan. They have been very successful recently.
Okay.
So they, on the ranking for MLS, have a 0. So basically, like,
did they just win?
They just won recently. So if you're a Columbus Crew fan and MLS is your top sport, you're not miserable at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does weight it too by where you have the teams ranked. Like I'm assuming you would have the Crew.
Crew is
lower
last.
On your,
Crew's last, so it goes in order. Because here's the thing. I was telling this to Hudson, too. If I could have Ohio State on this.
Yeah, they don't do college.
They don't do college. It's only pro sports. But if I could have Ohio State, this would be totally different. And I think that's why I put myself at meh. Because it's like, I actually do have some teams that are successful that I cheer for, and that would be the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Columbus Crew. But then I have some teams like the Cleveland Browns that are weighing me down, and the Blue Jackets. So, but in order of how I have it for this particular ranking, I've got the Cleveland Guardians, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns, the Blue Jackets, and the Columbus Crew.
My score was 50. I'm right smack dab in the middle.
That's not bad.
It's not. I predicted it would be higher.
What'd you think it was going to be?
I put myself in the pleasant. I thought it would be, I think they go in like 20-point ranges.
Yeah.
So pleasant would have been from 39 to 20.
Okay.
Like the second highest group.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even though the Packers, it's been several years since they've won a Super Bowl.
They've had successful seasons.
They've been very successful. They make the playoffs almost every year. And the Red Sox, they're up and down. But they've also won, like I guess I remember both of my two main teams. Obviously, the Sabres are my other team, and they've never won anything. But the Red Sox and Packers, I remember them winning titles.
Yeah, but when the Red Sox won that title, they hadn't won it in forever.
But they've won several, like a couple now in my lifetime. So I thought I would be higher. But it has been a while since both of them won.
Yeah, I was going to say, when was the last Red Sox World Series championship?
Let's see. When was it exactly? I feel like I should remember the year.
At least 10 or 12 years ago.
It was 2018.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was thinking 2014.
No, they won in it was 2004.
Yeah, that's the breaking of the curse one.
2007. 2013 and 2018.
Okay, so 2013
we've had
is
a real good run.
2013 is the one I was remembering.
And that's still only enough to get me to a 50 on the misery index. The Sabres bring me down.
I was going to say, there has to be one team that's really weighing you down, like the Cleveland Browns for me.
The Sabres, it also shows you after you put in your teams and get your score, it shows you the rankings of the most to least miserable teams
for the sport
that you could have for the sport. And the Sabres are by far the worst you could have in hockey.
Yeah, that's how it is for me with Cleveland, the Browns. It's like they are pretty much the worst. They're not at the worst, but they're at 96. So they're almost the worst.
It's a fun exercise, I think.
It is.
And another thing besides college sports I wish they could add in is your negative polarization kind of thing. I wish they could score me on my hatred of the Yankees and Ohio State and see how that would change my score. Ohio State would make it much like I was going to
say your misery would
I'd be down there with you at 69.
Yeah, your misery would increase exponentially. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.